This news break is brought to you by AMAC, Association of Mature American Citizens.
New York, New York, best pizza in the world, right there in Manhattan. Bleecker Street Pizza, go there for sure. Gina's right about 94% of the time, but she's wrong on pizza. I'm sure she'll have a rebuttal later in this show. Welcome back, everybody, to American Sunrise. I'm David Brody. All right, coming up, the Nobel Peace Prize. It's for Maria Corina Machado. No, it's not. She gave it to Trump. We'll talk about it in a moment. First, though, T. Bates standing by with the latest headlines from the Real America's Voice newsroom, sponsored by AMAC.
The Association of Mature American Citizens is the conservative voice for Americans 50 and older. AMAC is fighting for the values that you hold dear. Join today. Together, we can write the course of America.
President Trump is set to participate in a roundtable on investing in rural health this afternoon. The sit-down comes after the administration unveiled its health care plan on Thursday. The president's proposal is aimed at lowering drug prices and insurance premiums. The Great Health Care Plan, as it's called, also calls on Congress to codify the president's most favored nation drug price policy, which keeps the U.S. in line with the rest of the world when it comes to drug pricing.
This plan, once put into legislative text and passed by Congress and sent to the president's desk, will stop sending big insurance companies billions of an extra taxpayer-funded subsidy payments and instead send that money directly to eligible Americans to allow them to buy the health insurance of their choice through, you may have heard it be referred to as health savings accounts. Whether that ends up being the actual name of such accounts, we'll have to see. Again, Congress and the White House are going to work together to put this plan into action.
The White House is promising that every American with health care will see costs go down under this proposal. Charlie Kirk's accused assassin is due back in court today. However, overshadowing the hearing is the latest request from the 22-year-old suspect's defense team asking the judge to disqualify the prosecutors in the case. The defense argues that prosecutors in Utah County Attorney's Office have personal ties to the case, which causes serious concern about past and future prosecutorial decision-making. They also argue that the rush to seek the death penalty against the 22-year-old accused shooter is evidence of, quote, strong emotional reactions by prosecutors which merit disqualifying them. At issue are text messages from the child of a deputy county attorney who attended the rally where Kirk was killed. Those messages reportedly describe the chaos that ensued following the shooting. The judge overseeing the trial could rule on the defense's request as soon as today. And Venezuelan opposition leader and Nobel Peace Prize recipient Maria Corina Machado shares her medal with President Trump during a meeting with the commander-in-chief at the White House. Here's a picture of the duo together. While President Trump has declined to endorse her to lead her country forward, Machado was still very complimentary of the U.S. president, saying she thinks he deserves the prize. She, of course, points to the president's move to oust former Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, saying that his work to depose a man who she calls a tyrant is one of the many reasons he deserves the honor. That's a quick check of your headlines. Now let's get a quick check of your forecast. Weather Nation meteorologist Tracy Anthony joining us now with the very latest on what you can expect from coast to coast. We're also going to put up that QR code at the bottom of your screen. There you see it. You can scan that QR code and join our friends over at Weather Nation. TT, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Terrence, this video had me wondering, do you still have your Christmas tree up?
I do. Hopefully this weekend, but we got a lot going on this weekend, so I'm not going to even fool myself. It probably will be up at least another week.
Yeah, these animals having fun with the Christmas tree. And, you know, really across the country, it's actually going to finally feel like winter because we've had some very warm air to kind of start off January. But now we're finally feeling that Arctic chill all the way down here to South Florida. So we do have freeze warnings and cold air advisories that are in effect for this morning. When I woke up this morning for work, the feel-like temperature was 29 degrees. So we're talking about that wind chill as we have several systems that are going to work across the Central Plains out across the East Coast. Now, we're also expecting winds gusting up to 70 miles per hour across the plains. So that's going to bring almost whiteout conditions and kick up fire danger for areas like Colorado, Kansas, all the way down through central Texas. So it's going to be a very active and very chilly week, but want to give you a preview on next Monday. The wind chill values are pretty cold this morning, but by early next Monday, we are talking about wind chill values 20, 30 below, and wind chill values down in the teens as far south as Florida. So we've got another push of this cold air headed our way, Terrence.
Not looking forward to any of that, Tracy. All right, appreciate it. You know what I am looking forward to, Tracy?
What?
You know?
Oh,
Our
I know.
hometown forecast next hour. Can't wait. We'll check back with you then, Tracy, for that hometown forecast. By the way, you can be one of the recipients of the hometown forecast. Just go to our various social media sites, Getter, Rumble, YouTube. Let us know where you're hanging out, and maybe you'll be one of the lucky recipients of Tracy's hometown forecast. Up next, though, all eyes are on Iran as President Trump continues to weigh his options there. Expert analysis on what you might be able to expect. That's straight ahead. Right now, though, a quick look at this day in history. It was on this date in 1919, the 18th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution was officially ratified. It bans the manufacture, sale, and transportation of alcohol in the United States. The Prohibition era soon followed, with the Volstead Act enforcing the ban and America going dry on January 17th of 1920. However, the move fueled bootlegging and organized crime, and in 1933, Prohibition was repealed with the 21st Amendment. We've got more American Sunrise coming your way in 2 minutes.